Hey Gemini, what's up gang? I hope everybody is well. We're gonna go ahead and do your full moon reading. This is going to be the worm moon, which is March 13th, 14th. Okay, so if that interests you, please stick around. Gemini, if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Jessica. Please take a look at my description box because that's going to have all the information that you would need to know. And yes, this is a Gemini channel. However, if you vibe, you tribe, so go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Gemini, if you're returning, welcome back. I hope that you're well, hope you're taking care of yourself. I do hope that you're doing what's best for you, boo. Thank you for all the love, all the support. Gemini, thank you for all the good vibes. It really does mean the world, okay? All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get right into this. We're going to do everything, by the way. We're going to do angel numbers, we're going to do an animal message, we're going to do cards, so stick around, guys. It's going to be probably a longer one, okay? So we have, for the intuitive message, we have psychic impressions, but I almost got like a spiritual awakening or like downloads coming through. I feel like this full moon energy is going to be really powerful, okay? The worm moon represents a rebirth. It represents renewal. All right, the earth's reawakening because, you know, we're getting ushered into spring here. And so things are starting to grow. We're starting to see sprouts. We're starting to see new life that's emerging in nature. And so this, of course, is translating to us too. There's new life that's emerging within us, okay? So for some of you guys, there's like a whole reconfiguration of how you're thinking or how you process things that's happening during this full moon. You could have some deep revelations during this full moon, deep epiphanies. There's something about deep, like deepness that's happening during this full moon. And when I think about worms, I think about them and how they do, like, you know, burrow into the dirt, right? They go deep. And so there could be almost like, I don't know, I'm getting like wormholes or worm tunnels. I don't know if that means something, if that has anything to do with space or anything like that, but that could be significant for somebody. But it almost feels like forgotten things in your mind or, you know, like a spring cleaning almost. But it feels like, again, it's on a very mental or spiritual level here, okay? Maybe old mindsets, old concepts, old ways of how you used to think, process, handle situations. This is getting tossed out. We're being ushered into a new age where it's like we really have to do things differently. We really cannot be the same that we were before because everything in our life, everything within ourselves is changing, and so we almost have to follow suit, okay? So that's what I'm getting. There could be a lot of psychic energy. There could even be some paranormal experiences or something like that, but I'm more getting like psychic energy. Again, a lot of deep downloads, deep epiphanies, revelations, possibly even some dreams could be happening, okay? So take that as it resonates. Let's go ahead and get started on the actual meat and potatoes, okay? Let's get some angel numbers for this worm moon, for this full moon messages for Gemini gang, okay? I'm getting both of those, 135 and 136, okay? 135, uh-oh, did I smudge somewhere? I must have done that somehow. Anyways, 135 says, trust that the changes unfolding now are taking you closer to your initial intentions and goals. So yes, there's a lot of changes that are taking place during this full moon energy, and Spirit is asking you to trust because some of this could be a little scary or it could be a little new, it could be a little different, you know? When I think about spring and I think about, you know, seeds sprouting and bursting up through the dirt, or new life that happens on the tree branches that were so barren and you know, just dead before, it makes me feel like there's an energy of chaos there, right? Where everything was calm, even if it wasn't the most pleasant situation, because when I think of winter, I think of complacency, I think of, you know, stagnancy, and almost in this energy of being like frozen, right? There's no real growth going on. We're just sustaining, basically. And I feel like when all of a sudden new growth or newness pops into your life, there is a little bit of chaos that's involved in that. So that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing, like, in my mind's eye, like things sprouting up from the dirt and flowers all of a sudden appearing on bushes and stuff. And it's just giving the energy of like there was some kind of chaotic, energetic shift or activation that happened that caused this growth. So Spirit is asking you to trust during this time, trust the changes that are unfolding, because it is actually taking you closer to your initial intentions and goals. This your initial intentions and goals is making me feel like there could have been a path that you kind of veered off, or you were starting to veer off a path, you know, and maybe you had to do like a roundabout or a U-turn, or you had to go all the way around to get back to where you actually began, because there's something here where what you've always wanted is possible for you. What you've always desired or dreamt for yourself could be quite close or even right there in your face, but you know, life has taken you in a different direction where now you have different priorities, or there's different urgencies that you have to deal with. So Spirit is saying to trust these changes, because it's taking you almost back to where we began, and it's giving you what you wanted to begin with anyways, okay? Now 136 says, your career or purpose is presenting you with new opportunities. Know that God and angels are behind every choice that is best for your well-being, okay? So I feel like what Spirit is saying is, especially during this full moon energy, there's like a transition that's happening in regards to your career or your purpose. Like, you are being presented with new opportunities. You're being presented with growth. You're being presented with the possibility to maybe move forward or have some kind of progress that happens. And Spirit wants you to know that they are behind every choice that is happening, that they want the best for you. They see the best for you, but you have to see the best for yourself too, okay? So there's a big energy of trust here. Let's get another one for this worm moon, this full moon, angel numbers for this, okay? We have 360. In order for you to experience harmony, God is inviting you to take an inventory of what is best serving you at this time, and then proceed accordingly. Because Gemini, I feel like you have a lot going on. I mean, we just talked about that in the last collective message, where things are really picking up pace. You have a lot going on. It's hard to prioritize everything that is truly important to you right now. You might feel like by the end of the day, you're just burnt, right? You're burnt out. You have so much going on. And, you know, so Spirit is saying, are you working towards your goals? Like, are you putting the focus in the areas that are most important for you? In order to experience the harmony in your life that you seek inside, Gemini, Spirit is inviting you to take this inventory of what is best serving you. You know, so basically to sit back, reflect, and take stock. Am I investing my energy in the right places? Am I prioritizing the right things? Okay, I think it's easy to think that when we prioritize work and achievements and success, like it's a no-brainer. Like, yes, we are, of course, prioritizing the right things, but we have to keep in mind, guys, that even though everything here costs money on this physical plane, and earthly success and monetary wealth it's important, you know. Trust me, nobody knows that more than me, right? I'm always on the grind. I'm always working hard. I'm always doing something to try to better myself or better my situation. So I really get that and I understand. But Spirit has been talking to me more and more lately about prioritizing the heart space, prioritizing the deeper emotions and what makes you feel connected to yourself and other people and the earth, you know, and just to your overall mental and emotional health is something that I feel like Spirit's wanting you to reprioritize and look at, because there's something here where, you know, you can make all the money in the world, but if you have nobody to share it with, or you have let your connections just go, or you just let your children just grow up without you actually being present, or you never really went on that vacation, you never really invested in that hobby, or got that pet that you wanted to get because you just don't have time for it. Work, nope, duty calls. Not gonna have time to take care of this animal if I gotta work 15 hours a day, you know? It's like, in the end, you're not going to feel like you had this satisfying life that you really wanted to have, you know? So Spirit is really asking you right now to take stock and inventory of what actually is important for you, what your end goals actually are truly in life, and to proceed accordingly, basically, to make the changes that you know that you need to make in your life, okay? All right, guys, my nose is already itching. Holy moly. Oof. All right. Let's get, I think, one more, okay? $780. Okay, $780. It says some of you guys could have been born in 1980, in June or maybe even May or whatever month, because I know I have non-Geminis that watch me, but maybe born on the 7th. I don't know, take that as it resonates. It says your current journey is a lesson, your current journey and lesson that you, oh my gosh, I don't know why I can't read suddenly. Your current journey and lesson are about your lineage. God is reminding you that there is a reason behind your family experience and calling on you to face a family concern or wound, that an old pattern can be healed. So some of you guys might have grown up in very chaotic situations with very chaotic family circumstances. I actually feel like that worm moon has something to do with this too. The thoughts, the patterns, the programming that's wormed into our mind, that's wormed into our essence here. It's like it's time to reach in and grab that, whatever is not needed out. Like grab it out. Because they're showing me somebody like weeding a garden, and it's like those weeds, those roots will compete with what you're actually trying to grow, okay? So whatever has rooted into your mind based off of family experiences that is not necessarily healthy for you. Like say you have a family that abandoned you or something, or just couldn't get their life together, were very chaotic, didn't show up the way that you deserved, okay? It's like you could be really deeply afraid that you're actually, or you could even be carrying on those cycles, you know, not showing up for people the way that you know that you should, or feeling like this fear of like, maybe that's just what I am, maybe that's what my family is, we just abandon people and I'm just gonna do the same thing. So there's something here about pulling out the weeds in the garden that is your mind, the garden that is your life, pulling those weeds out so they're not competing with what you're actually trying to grow, guys. That's the best way I can think about that, all right? Because I feel like all of us, we do get programmed by our family, you know? We do get programmed by certain situations and things that we go through, but it's up to us to decide that we want to be better or that we can do better, okay? All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get an animal message here. An animal message, please, for this worm moon, for this full moon, for Gemini gang. An animal message, please. What animal can Gemini connect with during this worm moon? I am getting like power animal type of vibes too. So a power animal is an animal that you pull on its traits, its attributes to help you out, to give you power in whatever situation you're going through. And I am getting like power animal types of vibes. So I don't know, whatever this animal is, this could be something where maybe you pull on its traits to really give you clarity or guidance during this full moon, okay? So what animal message do we have for Gemini gang? What animal message? Okay, we have the sea serpent. Okay, with the hawk on the bottom of the deck. So you're definitely being asked to see something from a higher perspective right now, and you're definitely being asked with this hawk energy to expect messages from the divine, to expect messages from spirit to come through, because you are going to be given some kind of deep message here, okay? There also could be some kind of wish fulfillment, because this card in this book actually talks about wish fulfillment and blessings coming in from the divine. So I feel like spirit is wanting you to prepare for something, okay? Prepare. I keep hearing prepare your garden, okay? And I feel like it's more than just a physical garden. For some of you guys, yes, you could be very much into gardening right now or wanting to grow things, but I feel like it's the garden that is your life, okay? So, the sea serpent, card of the ethers. Evil eye energy is coming right off the bat for me when I look at this card, and for me personally, I have actually dubbed this card an energetic card of like protection. I feel like there's something here where something is coming full circle in your life though, okay? Again, so maybe you started out in a very chaotic situation or a toxic situation with a toxic family or something like that, and you're seeing now how this could actually be affecting your everyday life. There's something about things coming full circle back around, okay? And I actually see that anyways with the worm moon and this spring type of energy that it's giving, because when we think about it, spring is the beginning, right? Spring is like the new year. We've went through all the seasons, we went through all the phases of growth, and now it's time to start over again. So there's definitely some kind of newness here or full circle energy that's happening. But I also feel like Spirit wants you to know that you are being protected here with the sea serpent. Okay, you're being protected and you're being guided while you move in and you transition into this rebirth or this new beginning that's happening in your life, okay? So let's go ahead and get into this, guys. The sea serpent. It says, healing emotional wounds and expressing desires. The sea serpent represents the energy of expression. Whether it's emotions, creativity, sensuality, or desire, the sea serpent helps us move and direct our energy into a healthy current. When the essence of this card is in balance, we express ourselves creatively and sexually without fear or shame. We know what we desire most. Our hearts are at ease and our relationships are meaningful and enduring. We loosen the grip of self-judgment and we let our cool waters of forgiveness in to heal our wounds. When the energy of the sea serpent is not activated, our emotions and creativity are left in muddy waters. The current of expression stagnates in some areas of our lives, and in other places it floods. It's important to remember, no matter what the waters of our emotional lives look like, the sea serpent loves us just the same. Like a mother, she wraps herself around us in a gesture of protection. She supports us as we learn to express our true natures, okay? So, Gemini, I feel like right now, this is what this worm moon is bringing up, right? It's bringing up those old, outdated programs and processing patterns that you had, right? You're being asked to look at your heart space, what you desire most, where you want to express yourself, even maybe creatively or something like that. But that's the energy that I'm getting here, okay? There's something here about releasing self-judgment, letting forgiveness come over to your wounds here, because when you're still holding on to resentment, you're still holding on to pain or shame or stagnant energies of the past, you're not letting this energy flow that needs to have healthy situations, relationships, or circumstances in your current life, okay? So there's really an energy here of, like the angel number said, taking inventory, taking stock. Is this thought serving me? Is this, way of being serving me? Is this how I react? How I show up? Is this serving what I want? Is this bringing me closer to my harmony? Is this bringing me closer to what I desire or what my intentions are inside? We talk about this a lot on this channel, making sure that your inside intentions are matching your outside actions and choices that you're taking. Because when you want one thing on the inside, but you're outside, you're doing another thing or you're showing up another way, this is causing the confliction. Okay? So there's really this need here to let your expression flow, let the shame dissolve, to face these things that you're feeling within yourself, so that way you can open yourself up more emotionally. And I feel like that is, again, what this full moon is really talking about. Deep, deep, deep energy for this full moon. Like I said, I feel like it's going deep, guys, okay? 1717 on the timer when I just looked up. Let's get some messages, and you guys already know the deal, right? We're going to use the Moonology deck, okay? We barely ever bust this thing out, so we're going to bust it out during the full moon energy, okay? So, Spirit, could you please give Gemini some messages for this worm moon, for this full moon? Please give them some messages, guidance, what they can expect, what's happening, anything that you want Gemini gang to know during this full moon energy, please. The full moon, the worm moon. Uh-oh, that's too many, guys. This full moon energy, this worm moon. What do you want Gemini gang to know, please? Okay. We have luck is on your side, the new moon in Sagittarius, okay? So things are looking really favorable right now is what Spirit wants you to know. Right? We do have your commitment is being tested, the first quarter moon. It's interesting because I feel like what Spirit is saying is like all systems are go here with this arrow that's in the bow. It's like we can shoot this thing off at any time. We can do this. We can have this happen for you. You can go down this path. You can start this new beginning. But there is some kind of test that's happening here in regards to your commitment. How bad do you want something? How much are you willing to invest? Again, are you willing to take inventory and stock of the things that aren't serving you and, release and cleanse that out of your energy? Are you basically ready to weed your garden, right? Because I don't know why they're giving me so many gardening references, besides maybe the fact that I'm really into that right now, but I feel like it goes beyond just me. I feel like there's an energy here of we are preparing our garden, right? Because that's what spring energy is about. And when you go out there and you see your garden that's overgrown from winter, and there's just all this it's just oh man, I just want to go back in and go to bed. I don't even want to face this. I don't want to even deal with this. It feels exhausting to have to clean this up. It feels exhausting to have to face all of this and weed all of this and do all of this, right? But you're going to feel so much better after it's done. So there's something here where there is hard work in a certain situation in your life, Gemini. There is something that you are needing to do a little work on. You're needing to take care of something, put in the effort, put in the energy. And so, yeah, your commitment right now is being tested in this area. But what Spirit is saying is that fortune is on your side. There's something that is incredibly favorable. There's something that could definitely work out for you. You could see movement with the Sagittarius energy. Some of you guys might be wanting to travel or relocate, or there could just be this energy of wanting to progress, wanting to go far with that arrow. And what Spirit is saying is that this is possible. This is possible, but there is some kind of work that's attached to this. Okay. And I feel like a lot of this work is actually for you, Gemini. It's on an emotional, spiritual level. It's not so much physical. Now, maybe for some of you guys it is. Maybe you're needing to clean out your house, have a yard sale, you know, do something, right? Maybe there's some physical labor that is included in something, but I feel like what this is talking about mostly, with especially with the sea serpent and the psychic energy that we have, is that there's something emotional here. Okay, there's something on a very much spiritual, mental level that you're needing to look at. You're needing to take inventory in regards to. Time to clean up your garden, basically. Okay, and if you really want this garden to flourish, if you really want these fruits and vegetables to grow, these flowers to bloom, you're gonna have to put the work in, Gemini. And I know that you've already been putting work in. I don't want to patronize anybody, but this feels like a different kind of work. This does not feel like Spirit telling you to physically work harder. This feels like Spirit telling you to look inside at the things that are the old mindsets, the reactions, the patterns. What's holding you back right now? Because there is something that's holding you back, okay? All right, what else do we have here for this warm moon, Spirit? What do you want Gemini to know? Any messages that you have for Gemini in regards to this worm moon? We have work through your fears, new moon in Scorpio. It's really interesting because the daily short that I did today on the 13th, I used this Moonology deck, and we got like nothing but full or new moon energy, which is so interesting considering we're on a full moon. But this full moon is like the most new moony of full moons that we have, because it is, you know, again, ushering us into spring. So there's almost like this energy here of like, yes, we're closing out cycles here. Everything is coming full circle with the sea serpent, but we're also welcoming this new beginning. Okay, so when the door is closing, we're automatically opening up a new door. What Spirit is saying is to work through your fears, because there could be something here where you have fears. You're not expressing this, you're not looking at this, you're not, maybe you're needing to see the pattern. Call the pattern what it is. This is my problem. I do this every time, or I feel the same way every single time. And I feel like Spirit has presented something to you where there's no reason for you to feel the way that you feel. Like whatever this is, it's very favorable. It's a blessing. You know, it's something that could take you far, or it's something that's almost destined. Because when I think of Sagittarius energy, I do think of like sage energy. So it makes me think of like wisdom and mysticalness and like magic and just like destiny, you know, when I think of Sagittarius. So there could be something here that is like very much meant to be in your life. It's destined for you. It's a blessing. Maybe even a manifestation. I don't know. But it feels like there's a fear that has been kind of unearthed here with this. And with this Scorpion, when I kind of, you know, decorated these cards, because these cards I definitely did decorate with a white pen, I really wanted to emphasize the poison that's coming out of this, because it's almost like they're poisoning themselves here when you look at it, you know? And so it's like one of those situations where it's like you're your greatest enemy, or you're what's holding you back, or it's like, you know, they're showing me like Scooby-Doo when they always unmask the I don't know, the bad guy at the end, and they're like, not Mr. Jenkins or whatever that is, but it feels like it's you. It's like, oh, it's me, right? I don't know. There's something here where you might be recognizing that you might be a little bit of your own, like getting in your own way. I don't want to say like you're the problem, Gemini. I mean, everybody's on a gradient here, so you take it as it resonates. But it feels like you are kind of standing in your own way when it comes to something, you know? Like this arrow wants to take off, and you're like, well, what about this? What if this happens? What if this goes wrong? What if it turns out the same way it always was? What if my background comes in and ruins this? What if I'm judged? What if this isn't, you know, right? What if, right? And you can make actions and take actions and choices and all of that good stuff based off of what if, or you can just see what is, right? You can let it be. and let it develop and see what it's going to be, okay? Because those fears, the what if of a situation isn't actually real. What's happened in your past, projecting that onto your future or onto your now isn't actually real, because you don't know how something's going to turn out until you give it the energy to actually develop. So make sure that you're not making choices or stagnating yourself, holding yourself back, right? Out of fear of things that might not even be real. Okay, it was real at one point maybe, doesn't mean it's real for this situation, because whatever situation you're dealing with here, with the luck is on your side, I just feel like Spirit is saying this is highly favored. Like, this is something that is blessed, okay? This is something that is, it's a stroke of luck that this has even manifested or shown up into your life. That's for somebody, okay? Let's see what else we have here. Let's get one more card here. One more for this worm moon, this full moon energy. Okay, we have Believe in the Impossible, the blue moon. Nice. Okay, with on the bottom of the deck, a new start is coming, the new moon energy. Yeah, okay? Spirit is saying to believe in the impossible here. And that's crazy, because we actually finally got a full moon. I didn't even realize that this kind of looks like a little full moon too, and so does this, okay? There's the moon energy is strong with you, okay? But yeah, there's this energy here where there could even be something, I'm sorry I'm going all over the place, but there could even be something about your moon sign here. Maybe your moon sign is in Scorpio, or maybe your moon sign is in Sagittarius, okay? I don't know, take it as it resonates. But yeah, there's something here where Spirit wants you to step beyond fear, basically. Step beyond fear, see that something is very favorable, something is blessed by the divine, something is destined. The impossible can be possible. If something feels realistic or something feels like it's way out of your reach, it's not. It wouldn't have shown up in your life if you weren't meant to seize the day, if you weren't meant to grab onto this and to, accept this into your life. So there's a really big need here as we're preparing for spring, as we're preparing for new beginnings in our life, right? To go off on a brand new journey, to start the cycle over again. As we're preparing for that, there's a big need here to make sure you are not letting your fears hold you back, that you're not making choices based off of fears, that you're not giving up before you even get started, Gemini, okay? What do we have here? Let's do some color mage for Gemini gang for this full moon energy. Okay, cards want to pop, but nothing's actually popping. The full moon energy for Gemini gang, what messages do you have for them? Wow. La Luna, the moon. Interesting. 102, inner flow and cycle, okay? And that is what this is about. I'm telling you, this full moon is like, it's a rebirth. It's like a everything coming full circle is what I'm getting here. So yeah, there's a lot of illumination by the full moon that's happening. You know, the sun energy is where we can see very clear, right? There's nothing that can be hidden in the sun's light. You can see everything. You have to show up extremely vulnerable. However, the moon can cast illusions. It can cast shadows. You kind of have to have a deeper perspective, take a deeper look. You have to follow your intuition to understand if what you're seeing is actually like real, okay? So there's this energy here of really taking a deep dive here during this full moon. Really processing how you're feeling or navigating through this situation based off of your feelings or based off of your intuition here for sure, okay? We have pale lime. It says gentle healing. Okay. Yeah, because I feel like, and this is card number, I can hardly see him, blind as a bat, it's 31, okay? So that's interesting. 102 reducing to 3, then 31 reducing to 4, 34, okay? Moving up a notch here, but yeah, there is, again, there's this energy here of healing coming in, you know? And again, it's healing something within your subconscious, something within your patterns, your cycles, okay, your inner flow that you have. Maybe healing this energy of you not thinking that you're good enough for something. We have card number 16, creativity and vitality, orange. Okay? So yeah, I feel like there's something here with your confidence during this full moon that's being activated here. Like, are you willing to go after something? Are you willing to put the work in? Okay? on like a very emotional, spiritual level here. You could be feeling more creative during this full moon. Like this full moon energy could really be activating your creativity. So if you've had any kind of like writer's block or anything like that, I feel like the full moon is coming in to kind of help clear that up, okay? Hold on, guys, just 1 second. Sorry about that. I needed to go grab my Vision Quest deck that was in the other room. Okay, so I'm also feeling like this full moon might be a really good time for you to do something creative. You know, write, sing, dance, play an instrument, maybe create something, cook. There's something here where this full moon energy is really encouraging you to connect to yourself, to connect to others on a really deep level, okay? Allow yourself to be open. Allow yourself to work through whatever fears that could possibly be holding yourself back, to recognize these fears, to call it like it is, to see it for what it is, so you can allow this healing to come in, right? Because you know how that we say like you got to feel it to heal it? Well, it's almost like you got to see it to heal it here, you know, with that eye. I feel like Spirit's asking you to see something in your life that's holding you back. See something that these patterns that you are involved in, you know, that are really based around fears that need to be healed, okay? Because I feel like with this, believe in the impossible and luck is on your side, there is like an incredible blessing here that is in your life, or an incredible opportunity to be blessed, or to have some kind of massive abundance, or have almost like the impossible happen. Like a miracle is very possible for you right now, but you have to allow it, okay? You have to allow it. Sometimes we like talk about like, you know, Spirit's will for us, right? Like people will say that, especially when they're talking like in reference to like their religious beliefs. Let's just say God, like Christianity, like God's will for me. I want what God wants for me, but that's not always the case. Sometimes we hold ourselves back from what Spirit sees for us. Spirit can put no limits on us, can tell us the sky is the limit, right? Which the sky is limitless. So there are no limits here. You can have this, or you can achieve this, or you can cultivate this in your life. But our fears hold us back. Our self-confidence issues, our inner trauma and wounds that we haven't taken the time to really do the shadow work in regards to, that can hold us back. So it's not enough to want what Spirit wants for us. You have to want it for yourself, okay? You have to step into that greatness. Because Spirit sees the world for you, Gemini. Spirit sees something for you, but it's not enough for you to just be like, okay, well, if Spirit wants this to happen, it'll happen. Spirit's like, nah, if you want this to happen, it will happen, okay? So let's get some messages out here. We're not going to really clarify anything. I just want to get some tarot out here for this full moon energy, this worm moon for Gemini gang. We have the big medicine wheel, which is the world. Yeah, there's something here that is like really coming full circle, and during this full moon there is something that is closing out a cycle, or there's an opportunity for a huge cycle in your life that has been holding you back, that has almost kept you fixed maybe in a certain position, or stagnating here, right? Like the sea serpent talks about, not allowing yourself to kind of move, not allowing yourself to grow in the way that you could possibly grow, because again, it's like a garden that's full of all these weeds. The plants are competing with it, and it's just like, I can't really grow to my full potential with all this extra baggage, all this extra crap around me that is based off of fear and unhealed wounds, right? So there's a really deep reflection during this full moon energy of what areas am I fixed in, what areas am I stubborn in, what areas am I actively working against the blessings or the miracles that could possibly be revealing themselves right now or showing up in my life. With the 3 of fire, integrity, and are my actions matching what I want inside? We talked about that with the angel numbers, okay? Are my actions matching what I want inside, what I see for myself? If not, I need to do an inventory. I need to take stock of what is holding me back, and I need to fix it. It's like, I don't know. There's something here about that, guys, okay? There's seriously something about that, because I feel like there could be, again, Spirit wants to usher a brand new beginning in. There's almost that energy. Oh, that's the earth in the middle, but it looks kind of like the moon. I don't know. You might be seeing a lot of moon imagery today, just like seeing it, you know. What else do we have here for Gemini gang for this full moon, this worm moon? This reading is a little bit lectury, I ain't gonna lie to you. But sometimes that's how it just be. I am just the messenger here, you know what I mean? So that's just, it is what it is. Because I feel like Spirit sees something great for you, where there's a chance to have something amazing, and Spirit's like, oh, no, 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 no. We are not going to do the same thing we always did. We are not going to tuck tail and run. We aren't going to, you know, let these self-sabotaging bullshit, whatever, come in and totally destroy this. Not this miracle, not this blessing. I think the heck not. Spirit's almost like, we're going to face this during this full moon. So yeah, there could be a lot of integrating and learning and feeling things that are kind of uncomfortable during this full moon. We have the Page of Wands. This is my life purpose card, guys. In most decks. I don't know how I feel about it in this deck, but it is almost like sending a blessing up to Spirit, or almost purifying, you know. There's this energy here of a purification, you know, saging, right? Cleansing out some kind of energy here. I feel that very strongly. Some of you guys might do some kind of cleansing ritual during this full moon, like a spiritual bath is perfect time during the full moon, or a spiritual shower, take it as it resonates, or, you know, just maybe praying or taking a moment to kind of reflect or visit your altar, give thanks to your ancestors here for their protection, their guidance, just any kind of ritual that you might be doing during this full moon. I don't know, take it as it resonates. But I feel like you're cleansing out something here. Okay, I feel like there's a lot of things that you've been trying to make hold water in your life, Gemini, that just aren't. And that sea serpent talks about that stagnant energy, or that flooding energy, because it's not able to flow, you know? So maybe holding on to, again, old mindsets, old situations, old ideals, old, you know, processing patterns that really aren't holding water anymore in your life. And you might find that if you have to let go of people, places, things that aren't aligning with you anymore, you might feel like you have less, but really you have more, you know? So there could be like a hoarding of people or situations that just they don't serve you anymore, but it's an old identity that you still feel attached to. So Spirit's asking you to really purge and cleanse some of that energy out, especially with this coming out on the work through your fears, and then the gentle healing, and then this, she's saging here. It's giving that energy here. Okay, it's giving the energy of allowing yourself to cleanse out these old energies that just are not in alignment with where you see yourself going, or the desires that you have for yourself. Let's get some more out here for Gemini gang for this full moon, please. Let's get another message out here for Gemini for this full moon energy, this worm moon. We have 2 cards that came out. We're going to take both of them, so let's move these over a little bit. We have card 10 of air, negative thinking. That's the 10 of swords. So what's been feeding on you? What's been feeding on your mind? What's been causing doubt? What's been causing fear, right? What's been causing you to stagnate or hold back or whatever? You know, let them things fly away for real, okay? But when I look at like buzzard energy, I do see rebirth. I do see renewal as well. And I see protection. And again, guys, I like the 10 of Swords energy. I know a lot of readers fear that card. I'm not one of them. I love the 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords is a great sign. It means we're at the end here. You know, we're at the end of this negative cycle. Things can't really get as bad as they were before, or things can't be any worse than they are now. So we can look forward to a new beginning, but we have to release whatever it is that we're holding on to. We have to recognize these negative thoughts for what they are, and this is where mindful thinking comes in. You know, as soon as you start to think of something negative, or as soon as you start to realize, okay, I'm really being down on myself here, or I'm anchoring something, or I'm causing myself to doubt, that's when you stop and you think about the positives in your life, because there's always something to be grateful for. There's always something to feel positive about, guys. There's always something, okay? We have the Daughter of Water, which is the Page of Cups, which is a really deep, sensitive, intuitive energy here. But what I find interesting about this card is she's pouring out her cup, and that is again signifying getting rid of those things that no longer serve us. And when it's water, it's emotional, it's spiritual. Like I said, you're cleaning out your garden, right? Like he says, cleaning out your closet. I don't know why I'm getting that energy, but it's like cleaning up your garden. That is really the energy that I'm getting here, tending to the garden here, okay? So there's there's really this energy here of, yeah, what's not serving me anymore, and give it back to the earth, release it. There's a lot of cleansing energy here during this full moon. 5 of Water, loss. Five of Cups, okay? Sadness. But again, just like that excess card that we saw, something that's not holding water in your life anymore that you've been desperately trying to hold on to. It's giving like tower energy, like I'm really desperately trying to make this work, even though it's just really not anymore. It's not who I am. It's not in alignment with me. It's a tower that was never really built on a solid foundation, you know, because Spirit never really sanctioned this. It was kind of like a, you know what I mean, a temporary type of deal. It's like trying to hold on to that old lifestyle, that old identity. And really there's something new here that's being ushered in. Again, new beginnings, okay? That's what I'm seeing for you guys. Whew. Let's get some advice and additional messages, guys. We're going to use the Mystic Martian Oracle deck. Mystic Martian Oracle deck for Gemini gang. Let's get some advice and additional messages for Gemini gang, please, for this worm moon. Okay, we have, yeah, this makes a lot of sense. Card number 15, the Nephilim, or Nephilim, that's how you pronounce that. Controversial, assessing, and new perspectives, you know? See how he's got the tree and it's like he pulled that thing up from the roots? He's either doing some serious tending to his garden, okay, or he has decided that where he's at just no longer serves him. He sees where this is holding him back. He sees where look how he's all like beat up and banged up. He sees where he's almost been in this survival mode of trying to fight, and it's like, I don't even have to fight to fit in here, be here, do this. I can literally take my roots and I can go grow somewhere else. I can go grow where the ground is, you know, I don't know, more plentiful or something, or where I'm more seen or understood, you know? There's something about that. Because I feel like whatever this miracle is, or these blessings that are coming into your life right now, or who you're turning into, it is going to be controversial for people. People aren't going to understand. They're not going to get it, but that's okay because it's not their path to understand. The goal here is not for people to understand you, Gemini. The goal here is not for you to kind of feel like, you know, you are fitting in with people around you. The goal is to understand yourself. The goal is to feel like you're fitting in where you feel, what you feel inside on a soul level. You know, is that in alignment with what my actions or my outside world is reflecting back to me? Because I get that energy. Some of you guys are in situations right now where the outside just is not reflecting the inside. And it could be scary here with this negative thinking and this fear. It could definitely be scary because it's like, well, you know, I've put a lot of effort, right? But that effort isn't lost, is what Spirit is saying here with how he's carrying the tree with him, looking back like, see ya, right? This effort is not lost. It's just going to be planted somewhere else is the energy I'm getting, okay? All right, so I feel like there's a new perspective, a deep new perspective, deep revelation that's coming during this full moon energy. We have card number 35, the pentagram. It says harmony, protection, and idealism. That's interesting because the angel numbers literally said harmony, right? To take inventory of things if you're not feeling like you're in your ultimate harmony or something like that. So yeah, I feel like Spirit wants you to know that you're protected and you're supported and making whatever changes that you feel like you need to make in your life right now. And some of you guys might feel like some of this is very idealistic, like, am I being naive? Are my head, is it up in the clouds? Am I not being realistic? Okay. But I feel like Spirit is asking you to again, not be so critical of how you're feeling. There's something about that, being really extra critical about how you're feeling about yourself, about how you're feeling about situations, about this new growth, this new opportunity, this new path. What else do we have here for Gemini gang? Okay, we have the Galactic Federation, card number 22. Collaboration, meetings, and community here, okay? So yeah, some of you guys are feeling like you don't really fit in with the same old community anymore, the same old people. You know, and you might be feeling like you're transitioning into something new, but there could be this resistance because you're not ready, you know? Like there's almost this energy of like the new community or the new connections that I am gravitating towards now are really asking me to step up, you know, really asking me to look at my higher purpose, my higher mission in life. And that is terrifying because that means that there's pressure, there's responsibility, there's expectations here. You know, look at them. They all look like heavy is the head that wears the crown in this bitch. I ain't gonna lie. You know, they all look like they are got like deep worries here. I'm not gonna lie, like look at all of them. I don't see one person that's like, yay, I'm just happy to be here. Of course, some of them we can't really tell if that's just how their face is or if they're actually, you know what I mean? Like that mantis being, I don't know if that's happy, sad, angry. I don't even know if that's just how their face looks. But for some of them, there's definitely like this solemn type of energy of like stepping up. You know, it's hard. It's hard to step up. And that's where we saw that with that luck is on your side, but then your commitment is being tested on the bottom of the deck. There's a commitment here, you know, and it's scary. So yeah, Gemini, I don't know if this reading is going to resonate for y'all, but that is literally what I got. We're going to pull one more deck. Oh yeah, I'm going to bless y'all today. We're going to pull one more deck, okay? Advice and additional messages. Advice and additional messages here. I feel like overall Spirit wants you to know that you are being called up, right? The call has happened here for you to rise up, for you to step into your mission, for you to step into your purpose, for you to let go of this old mindset, the old way of being. You are guided, you are protected in this, but know that heavy is the head that wears the crown. Know that you do have expectations on you. And it's good to have expectations on you. I mean, I know that sometimes we feel like we don't want to have that pressure and that responsibility, but people depending on you or people having expectations on you or you having expectations on yourself or situations having a certain sense of expectation on you, it means you're dependable. It means you're reliable. It means you're sturdy. You know, it means you're consistent. Those are all amazing qualities to have. When nobody depends on you, when nobody expects anything from you, Gemini, it's because they don't really believe in you. They don't think that you can show up, that you're going to show up. There's no trust there. You know, there's no dependability here. It's just, it's hollow. They're giving me the sound of somebody like banging on something. And it's like boom, boom, boom. It's hollow inside. So yes, people putting expectations on you, people depending on you, people expecting the best of you or you expecting the best of yourself or whatever, situations doing that, reflecting that back to you, that's showing that you are leveling up. It's showing that you're sturdy. You're like a rock. Okay? And that's, even though it can be hard and it can be stressful, it's still a beautiful thing, okay? What else do we have here for Gemini gang? Gemini gang? Don't know why I'm saying that. Gemini gang, 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 gang. Okay, we have evolve into your complexity, card number 3, right? And then we have nourishment while waiting, card number 5. So yeah, evolving into your complexity, you're not a one-dimensional person, right? You don't only have one shade to you. You have many shades, many varieties, many things. You're very deep here with this octopus energy. So allow yourself to evolve into who you are. You know, and I see that with this card number 15 here with this guy, because it's giving like caveman, it's giving like outdated, you know what I mean? Like it's time to step up is almost the energy that I'm getting. Nourishment while waiting. So yeah, taking care of yourself, nourishing yourself while you're waiting for your moment to fly here, because that's what's happening. You're getting ready to. Something's about to, I don't know. I'm getting the energy of like, you get to choose a path here coming up, but you ain't going to be able to go both. You're going to have to choose. So there's something about that. What do we have here for Gemini, for this new moon energy? Advice and additional messages, please. One more for Gemini gang. Advice and additional messages. We have sacred boundaries, card number 43. With a breakthrough. And these boundaries could be boundaries you're putting on yourself. It could be boundaries that other people are putting on you too. Oh no, you can't go that way. Oh no, you can't do this. Oh no, no, no. It's almost like anywhere that you're meant to grow or anywhere you're meant to kind of face some kind of fear here and jump over some kind of limitation or wall. There might be people in your life telling you that's not realistic or you can't do that, or this could be you, your own boundaries telling you to stop. Because with the palm up, it's making me feel like somebody's saying, nope, you can't go any further. And it's like, you're not meant to be caged. You're not meant to be contained here. You're meant to step into your full authenticity and go for it. So whether it's you holding yourself back, other people, a combination, circumstances, old, outdated things that no longer serve you, this worm moon, this full moon is really about taking inventory of stock of those things and doing what needs to be done, okay? With the breakthrough energy, because there is something here where you're just not seeing things the same way anymore, Gemini, and that is okay, because the new perspective that you are cultivating right now, it really is going to serve you in your new beginning. It does not serve you in your past at all. okay? So there's that energy of being in the in-between right now and needing to choose to step into who you're meant to be versus who you have been comfortable being, okay? All right, guys, that has been your reading. I do hope that it helps. I hope it resonates. I hope it does something, and I will definitely see you guys on the next one. Bye.